Welcome into LFFL Primetime, the first episode of the 2022 season. Welcome back. Great to have you along for the ride. We might expand past 5 minutes this year because I know the capabilities to do that. But we'll see. We'll try and keep it short. This episode certainly will be because here's what you need to know. Season 32 of the LFFL officially kicks off this coming September. Very excited about it. We ran 9 leagues last year. I intend to run all 9 leagues again. Not throwing any new ones at you this year. I think we've reached a saturation point here, but do intend to do all 9 again. I had some great time with a lot of them. At this point, I would expect, I haven't heard anyone doesn't want to play. So if you don't want to play, please let me know. Otherwise, I would expect to see the same people in the same leagues as we had last year, which was a lot of fun. Good competitive year, tight player of the year race. It was a lot of fun. Now, changes. I don't really have much this year. You know, I like my changes. You know, I like to keep innovative, keep fresh. I don't really have any suggestions this year. If you have something you didn't like last year, you want to do a little differently, feel free to pass that along. But as of right now, I am very content with Fantrax. We just had a major problem in the hockey, in a hockey league I was in from a different people on ESPN. No desire to go there. Yahoo has its own things. I'm happy with Fantrax, so I'm comfortable staying there, comfortable with what we've got going on. So you got changes, send them up. Otherwise, we'll just keep rolling like we did last year. Now, let's look at our timeline here. We have got mid-May. We're going to start our next activity up will be this LFFL 8, our Dynasty League. We can get that rookie and free agent draft going. A little more on that later. Once that wraps up, kind of late May, we'll hop into our LFFL 6 May draft. When that May draft wraps up, kind of early to mid-June, we will go into our June draft for the LFFL 6. Late June, early July, we'll start kicking off our LFFL 5. That, of course, is our slow auction that we do together. Early mid-May, once we get that LFFL 5 kind of under control a little bit, we'll move into our July draft. As soon as that July draft wraps up, hopefully mid to late July, we'll hit our LFFL 7 slow draft there. That, of course, is the Elimination League. Early to mid-August, we'll then move into our Keeper League draft. We will hit both our LFFL 3 and our Original League. Those will both be online drafts, maybe Original League, a slow draft, maybe a fast draft, we'll see. And then late August, we'll hit our best ball draft before the season starts. So that's your timeline. Now, what you need to do, not much here, right? We don't really have anything on the docket until about, I'm sorry, that says mid-July. I should say more like mid-June. We'll start looking at the LFFL 5 keepers. Mid-July, I'll certainly send a survey out, knock some draft times in there, maybe early mid-July. And then early August, we'll get those keepers in for LFFL 2 and then mid-August, LFFL 3. Now let's talk about our Dynasty League over here. Currently, we have 25-man rosters, okay? For the draft, you can pick as many players as you want. However, your roster may not exceed 30 players at any time. So if you make a pick beyond 5 players, you need to get me a cut ASAP so we know there. Now, you can carry 30 players. We will have a roster cut down date later on towards sometime in August when we'll cut down. And then at a point, we'll do another draft. Maybe a free agents that have popped up, guys that were cut that you want to get your hands on. We'll do that. So this draft will not be a snake draft. It will be in the inverse of last year's standings. So the team that picks first, finished last year, they will pick first this year. They will pick first in every round. Phil, as the champion of this league, will pick last in every round. But I've looked at his roster, some good players on it. So not to worry, I think he'll be okay. So we'll get that draft kicked off in the next few days here. I'll get the rosters out. I'll get the draft order set up. Look for that to start probably by the end of the week. Finally, 30 years ago. Wow, we have been in this league 32 years. Let's look at what happened 30 years ago. I have a picture here of Emmitt Smith. The reason I have that picture is the 1993 season is technically 30 years ago, even though 92. Let's look at the 93 season. Emmitt Smith, got your picture of Emmitt Smith here. 91 and 92. So 91, we had this league, 6 church people or whatever, and that was fun. Matt and I were really into it. Move on to 92, church league kind of dissolves a little bit. Matt, myself, Phil, and Andy Wagner. Go ahead and draft the league out of Phil's garage. A lot of fun that year. But then we moved to 93, and I really consider 93 to be more the start of what we do now because we adopt a few different things. We have playoffs for the first time. We have our first Super Bowl. And we start to really get another one of our core players in, and that's Todd Meyer. Phil, for whatever reason, didn't return for the 93 season. Tough to say why, since he's one of our best friends for years. Either way, Todd joins the league. Andy Wagner sticks around. Tim Vella, and of course, the world famous Jeremy Gorzinski. The 93 draft will forever go down as Jeremy Gorzinski's just brilliant moments of the Cowboys defense and all that good stuff that he did in the first round. This draft for me will always be remembered for Todd. Todd ends up with the number one pick in the draft and has a pivotal decision on his hands. The reigning Super Bowl championship team is the Dallas Cowboys. Emmitt Smith is the motor that makes them go. However, Emmitt Smith wants a new contract, is holding out at this time, and says he's not coming to camp until he gets it paid. And Jerry Jones is saying, you're not paying until you get to camp. So obviously we're at a stalemate. Todd has a challenging decision here. Emmitt Smith is clearly the best player in the league. Does Todd take him at number one, risk the holdout, or does he pass on him and go in a different direction? Well, obviously the picture of Emmitt Smith up, you know what Todd did. Todd decided to pick Emmitt Smith. And that decision, I believe, won him the league championship that year. Emmitt Smith goes on to have an awesome season, MVP season. Todd goes on to win the first ever Super Bowl, defeating me in the semifinals and then Matt in the finals. So it wasn't like he had a cakewalk to the Super Bowl title. But Todd, awesome decision, a bold decision. And fortune favored the bold in this case. That bold decision led Todd directly to a title. It's good. Someone's going to face a decision like this year. A bold decision that they have to make in the face of pressure. Make the right one this year. You know what they say. What would Todd Meyer do? Good luck to you this season, and we will talk to you very, very soon.